Hello everyone, welcome to BI Consulting Pro. In today's video, we are going to discuss about reserved capacities in Power BI Premium. What is a vCore in Power BI Premium and what are the front-end and back-end vCores in Power BI Premium? You will get to know all the answers in this video, so please stay tuned with me till the end of this video. If you are over here for the very first time, don't forget to subscribe our channel and click the bell icon for the latest updates. So, enough all the talking, let's get started. What are reserved capacities? I hope you have heard about many times while you are using Power BI that there are certain reserved capacities in Power BI. So, what are reserved capacities? With Power BI Premium, you get reserved capacities in contrast to shared capacities where workloads, analytics, processing run on computational resources shared within other customers. A reserved capacity is for exclusive use by an organization. It's isolated with reserved computational resources which provide dependable and consistent performance for hosted tenant. For example, your own organization. If you have Power BI Premium, then you would get a reserved capacity. That means a dedicated capacity for only your organization. No other organization is going to share it like Power BI Pro. With Power BI Pro, you get a shared capacity. That means other organization or tenants can also use that capacity once they are going to require. But here you should note that the processing of the Excel workbooks, push datasets, streaming datasets, Q&A of Power BI content is stored in shared capacity rather than your reserved capacity. Even if you have a reserved capacity, but these type of contents are not going to share over there. They are always going to store in your shared capacity. Now let's discuss about the types of workspace capacities. As I just mentioned, we have a shared capacity and we have a reserved capacity. So now you know that in case of reserved capacity, no one else is going to utilize that capacity that is dedicated to a particular tenant or your own organization. But like in Power BI Pro license, you always use the resources from the shared capacity. So as you can see right now on my screen, the way that collaborating in workspaces happens, it happens either on a shared capacity workspace or a dedicated capacity workspace. So while you are working on Power BI Premium, you get a dedicated capacity or reserved capacity. And using that capacity, you can share your reports and contents with any number of users. It's free for other users. You just pay for the capacity. You are not paying per user. However, in Power BI Premium per user and Power BI Pro, you pay fee for per user license. And in Power BI Pro, you get a shared capacity. You won't get a dedicated capacity. And that's the reason that sometimes you will feel that the performance of Power BI Premium is far better as compared to the Power BI Pro. So that's the major difference between the shared capacity and dedicated capacity. Now, many of you have already asked me what is a vCore, because Power BI Premium is a capacity-based license, and in that you have to choose a plan from A1, A2, something like that, or P1, P2, or EM1, EM2, EM3 like that. And those are based on the vCores. So what is the vCore actually? Well, in this part, I'm gonna help you to understand what is a vCore. Ideally, a vCore is a virtual core represents the logical CPU available for your server, offered with the choice of hardware generations. So this is a definition by Microsoft Azure. However, I would like to also point out over here that a core is usually the basic computation unit of the CPU. CPU is your central processing unit. That means the hardware which is doing the processing of your data, because you are consuming a lot of amount of data. It can be small amount, but generally it's a lot of or huge amount of data that we are doing that. So as per our data requirement, as per the computational requirement, we have to choose our CPUs or vCores. So now depends what is your requirement. You can choose from the different plans, which I'm going to show you a bit later. But right now, just to understand what is a vCore, it's a virtual core. But as I mentioned previously, how much amount of data you want to process, and based on that you have to choose your vCores, and I'm going to show you how you can choose it. Now let's first discuss what are the different types of vCores. In Power BI Premium, processing is achieved by a set of vCores divided equally between backend and frontend. So if we talk about the front-end vCores are responsible for your web services, dashboard and report document management, access right management, scheduling, APIs upload and downloads, and generally for everything related to the user experience. So whenever somebody is interacting with the report, dashboard, they are filtering, slicing and dicing, all those kinds of things, even the accessing or scheduling the reports or the subscriptions, those all are being handled by your front-end vCores. Now let's discuss about the backend vCores. What are the backend vCores? Backend vCores are responsible for core Power BI functionality, including query processing, cache management, running R services, model refresh, and server-side rendering of reports and images. Backend vCores are assigned a fixed amount of memory that is primarily used to host models, also as active data sets. So there are many concepts about that how these actually works, how much you need for the front end, how much you need for the back end. So there are certain concepts which I'm going to explore in my upcoming video, not in this video. This video is mainly dedicated to let you know what are the vCores and what is the difference between shared capacity and the dedicated capacity. Now let's discuss about the capacity nodes. As you can see on my screen, there is a capacity nodes like I mentioned in the very beginning of this video. EM1, EM2, EM3, or A1, A2, A3, you can say. EM is representation for the embedded. For the embedded also we need these capacity nodes, and the license is linked with the Azure. So in terms of Power BI capacity for the premium is gonna be P1, P2, P3 up to P5. But here you have noticed it on P4 and P5, there is a one symbol attached to it, it's 1. So that simply means it's available only on a special request for very large model greater than 100 GB. So if your Power BI model is more than 100 GB, only then go for P4, P5 or A7 or A8. And in that one, you will see the total vCores have been increased to 64 and 128. And as I mentioned previously, backend cores and front-end cores, you will see it has been divided equally between front-end cores and backend cores. So whenever you are managing your capacity on Power BI admin portal, if you have global admin rights or the Power BI admin service manager rights, then what you can do, you can go there, you can buy the license and you can assign from the vCore pool. So overall, you will get 128 vCores in P5 or A8, and then out of that you can assign for a particular workspace or for particular node the amount that you want to do that. So currently I'm not gonna explain you how to do that, but there are a couple of videos online. If you want to watch, you can watch. Otherwise I can create another video on that if you would request me. So this is how it's gonna work. Total you will get 128 for P5, and then out of 128 you can use as much as you want. But remember that their licensing cost is very high. So that's all for the capacity nodes for today. If you have any more question and concern, you know how to connect with us. But before going further, before ending today's video, I would like to just show you how you can purchase these licenses. In my last video, I already told you how to do that, but in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to do it. So let's head over to my Power BI account. See that right now I'm in my Power BI service account, and on left hand side top corner you would find this button. Click on this and click on the admin. Once you will click over here, it's gonna ask you to log in into your account, and generally you have to log in with your global account permissions or Microsoft 365 global admin account permissions. Once you will do that, click on this billing button over here and go to purchase services. Now here you can find the right license for your own need, and over here we are going to search about Power BI. So type it over here and hit the enter button. Now you would go down and you will see this is the Power BI section. Over here you will see Power BI free license, Power BI premium P3, P2 and P1. So all are mentioned over here, and you can see I own this Power BI Pro license. So whatever you own, it's already there. And also you would see the amount that you have to pay, the starting amount has been mentioned over there. Like for P2 it's mentioned 9,995 USD per month for one instance. And also once you will click on this to the details, you will get to know what are all the terms and conditions, or how much you have to pay per instance per year and all the features. So for P2, as I mentioned to you previously, there are total 16 cores, and those 16 cores are equally divided between the front-end vCores and the back-end vCores. However, for P1 you will get only 8 cores, and for P3 you will get 32 vCores. So it depends on your size of your model. What is the size of your model you will get for those. And in general, you should also remember that you should only go for P5 or P4 once your model size is greater than 100 GB. Otherwise, you should stick to P1, P2 or P3 only. That's more than enough. But Power BI premium licenses are damn expensive, so be careful before going that. If your organization has a real requirement only, then go for that. Otherwise, no need to follow that. So once you decided over here, then you can click buy button, and then it's going to read out you and you can complete your purchase. Once you will complete your purchase, go back to your Power BI service account. I'm going back over there. So right now I'm on my Power BI service account. After buying that, you can just go to your admin portal, click on that, and you would come here under capacity settings. So here you will get your total vCores that you can assign as per your requirement, and based on that you can work. So whatever you have, it's gonna come here, and if you don't have, you can still click on this purchase button and it's gonna read out you on the same page. And if you have purchased for the Power BI embedded, it's gonna appear on the another section. I hope you liked today's video. If you have any concern or questions, please don't forget to mention in the comment section, and also don't forget to share your feedback with us. We are looking forward to it.